Around the world, governments and young citizens are struggling to understand one another. The problem is not only one of policy, it is also one of communication. Again and again, a clear pattern is becoming visible. Young people raise concern about jobs, fairness, corruption, freedom, or dignity. Public institutions respond with dismissal, insult, censorship, or force. A limited grievance then develops into a much wider movement. This pattern may be described as a dignity triggered, digitally networked youth revolt. It is not simply that Gen Z is angry or impatient. The deeper issue is that many public institutions still rely on old fashioned command based communication. They communicate through order, labels, moral policing, press statements, television speeches, and security warnings. But they are speaking to a generation that is educated, connected, publicly visible, and deeply conscious of its dignity. This does not mean that young people are always right. Governments also have genuine responsibilities. They must maintain order, prevent violence, counter misinformation, and make difficult policy. But none of these responsibilities requires the humiliation of citizens. In fact, humiliation often makes governance considerably more difficult. What began as a protest over job quotas ignited into the July 2024 uprising after students were labeled Rajakar. Bangladesh July 2024 uprising is a powerful example. Students initially protested against the quota system in government jobs, but the movement took a sharper turn when former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's remarks were widely interpreted as branding the protesting students as Rajakar or descendants of Rajakar. In Bangladesh's history, this is not an ordinary insult. It carries the memory of a betrayal during the liberation war. Many students felt deeply humiliated instead of silencing them. The trauma helped to unite them. They transformed the insult through irony, slogans, memes, and shared collective identity. This is one of the most important lessons of the digital age. When authorities use insulting labels, young people may not simply reject this label. They may adopt them, remix them, and transform them into badges of resistance. A similar pattern appeared in Nepal in September 2025. The government attempted to block major social media platforms, claiming that the decision concerned regulation and misuse. But many young people regarded it as an act of censorship. For them, social media is not merely a source of entertainment, it is where they speak, learn, organize, complain, joke, document and injustice, and build communication. Therefore, when the government attempted to shut their platforms down, it felt as though the state was closing their public square. The protest quickly became about far more than social media. They became protests against corruption, unemployment, nepotism, and the arrogance of political elites.